Good afternoon, everyone. This is Cody910 here, and today I'm going to be doing a dramatic reading. This is a story that was requested of me by one of my faithful followers on filmfiction.net, who goes by the name of Blank Clef. The story he has requested of me is 60's Spider-Man Goes to Equestria, written by Skyrim Legion. It is a wonderful tale, and I hope you all enjoy it. So here we go. This is 60's Spider-Man Goes to Equestria. One day, 60's Spider-Man was swinging through a badly animated New York City, not giving a fuck about anything. He was recently made a god by the Church of Old Spice, and he didn't give a fuck. In fact, it made him give less of a fuck about anything at all. But anyway. He came to a stop on top of a skyscraper in BANYC for a rest. He didn't give a fuck about the citizens of BANYC. He needed a rest. But then a portal opened up underneath his feet, and he was drawn into the portal, which he didn't give a fuck about, by the way, and awoke in Equestria on his back. 60's Spider-Man then sat up right to a face of ponies. Then out of the crowded group, a small earth pony filly named Applebloom walked up to him and said, "You're funny looking," she said, with her hoof pointed at him. He then put out his hand to her, and he replied, "What do you see in my hand, little one?" he said to her in his godlike voice. She put her face right into his outstretched hand, and came out with a quizzical look on her face. Nothing," she said, with confusion. "What? No fuck? I must have lost it, because it seems I don't give a fuck," he said, with no fuck in his voice whatsoever. The ponies were all taken aback by his language and called the guards. 60's Spider-Man was quickly apprehended by the guards because he didn't give a fuck. 60's Spider-Man was in front of Celestia's court to be decided to his fate. When asked why he cursed to a minor, he answered, "Because I don't give a fuck." This apparently caused him to get accused of being a pedophile, and to that he answered, "Do I look like I give a fuck?" In front of a courtroom of 50 ponies, including the princesses themselves, 60's Spider-Man stood in the center. "The court is now in session," Celestia's voice boomed in the courtroom. Spider-Man didn't give a fuck. "Now Spider-Man." Celestia paused at the ridiculousness of his name, suppressing a giggle. Spider-Man still did not give a fuck. "What evidence do you have in your defense?" said Celestia. 60's Spider-Man began fishing in his non-existent pockets. "What are you looking for, Spider-Man?" Celestia's voice echoed in the courtroom. "Huh, I can't find it," 60's Spider-Man said, voice full of confusion. "What?" said Celestia, voice also full of confusion. "The fuck I'm supposed to give," 60's Spider-Man said, still not giving a fuck as ever. Celestia growled at him, and Luna just broke out into uncontrollable laughter. "Shut up, sister," Celestia's voice boomed in the courtroom, the rest of the courts barely able to suppress laughter. "Spider-Man, I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment. What do you have to say about yourself?" Celestia half shouted, while pointing accusingly at 60's Spider-Man. 60's Spider-Man walked up to Celestia and whispered 5 little words into her ear. "I don't give a fuck." 60's Spider-Man sat down in his cell, not giving a fuck, until he heard a clop on the ground. He turned to see Princess Luna in the cell doorway. "I'm here to break you out," Luna whispered. "Do I give a fuck? Do you see any fucks around here?" Spider-Man shouted at the top of his lungs. Luna put a hoof to his mouth and teleported outside of Canterlot Castle. Awaiting him were Billy Mays and the world's most interesting man. "We have to get you out of here," shouted Billy Mays in his trademark sales voice. "I usually never save people, but when I do, it has to be you," piped in the world's most interesting man. "Yeah, but guys, I don't give a fuck," said 60's Spider-Man. "This isn't the world where Black Jesus and his Old Spice is. This is an alternate universe where Equestria is friendly and peaceful. You don't belong here," said Luna, putting a hoof on 60's Spider-Man's shoulder. 60's Spider-Man looked into Luna's eyes and pulled up his mask, just above his lips to reveal his blonde beard. Just like all gods, 60's Spider-Man had a beard, and what a beard it was. He brought his lips to Luna's, and they were locked in a long, passionate kiss. "I usually expect things, but I didn't expect that," piped in the world's most interesting man, stroking his beard. "Black Jesus is going to be so pissed," said Billy Mays in his trademark voice. Luna and 60's Spider-Man unlocked lips. "I give one fuck in the universe, and it's about you," said 60's Spider-Man in a friendly tone. He reached into his non-existent pockets and pulled out a small box with a single word, "fuck," written on it. Luna enveloped the box with her magic and put it in her saddlebag. "And whatever you do, Don't drop it, 60's Spider-Man said, full of seriousness. Luna smiled at 60's Spider-Man and gave him a quick peck on the lips before teleporting away. What about Black Jesus? Said Billy Mays. This universe's Luna, not our Luna, the world's most interesting man piped in. Oh, shouted Billy Mays, not in his voice, literally shouted. I know, weird, right? Let's get out of here before I start giving a fuck about something other than Luna, said 60's Spider-Man. The others nodded in agreement and teleported back to BA-NYC. Meanwhile, in the hallways of Canterlot Castle, Luna was walking down the hallway eyeing the box she received from 60's Spider-Man, the love of her life. While she was eyeing the box, "Watch out!" Pinkie Pie shouted in the hallway before crashing into Luna. As soon as this happened, Celestia appeared from her chambers. The fuck box hit the ground with a thump, and its lid came off, and immediately flames began to envelop Celestia in the castle. "How the buck did this happen?" shouted Celestia at the top of her lungs. "I got a feeling something like this has happened before," Luna whispered to herself. 1 hour later, the entire world was destroyed and only Luna remained. Luna sighed. "Fuck you, Pinkie," she said at the top of her lungs to No Pony, but as soon as that happened, a heavy-set black man in Speedos appeared out of nowhere carrying a bottle of Old Spice. "Don't worry, Luna! Old Spice body blocker odor. Don't worry, Luna! Old Spice body odor blocker will reunite you with 60's Spider-Man! Don't worry, Luna! Old Spice body odor blocker will reunite you with 60's Spider-Man!" he shouted, but it appeared natural to Luna. "Really?" Luna asked, overjoyed with this news. "Yes! Only if one of 3 things happen!" "What?" said Luna. 1. Marine Marksman reads this fic! Huh. 2. This gets 20 likes! What? 3. Skyrim Legion gets mentioned in Old Spice Man Invade Equestria! What? Luna was entirely baffled by this. She didn't have a clue what this guy meant. "Peace out! Power!" He teleported to a different dimension, leaving only a single bottle of Old Spice behind. Luna went over to the bottle of Old Spice and crushed it under her hooves. "What do you mean?" she whispered to herself. The contents of the Old Spice began to take shape. Luna was taken back as the contents began to take shape of a man. It was a man with a blue cotton shirt and leather chaps, a Stetson, also a cowskin jacket, and cowboy boots. It was Chuck Norris. "What?" Luna shouted. And thus our tale comes to an end. This has been 60's Spider-Man in Equestria. I'm Cody910, I thank you for joining me, and I will catch you next time. Have a good afternoon, everyone.